welcome back to my channel. Chismosita Amy here. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you aren't new to my channel and you aren't subscribed, then you definitely should subscribe. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm just going to take my Profusion Brow Kit in, I can't remember, I think this is light to medium, or no, I think it might be medium to dark. To be honest, I don't remember. But I'm going to take this brush from Wet n Wild, and it's just like a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take the eyebrow primer. I pretty much hit pan on it already. And I'm just going to take this and put it all over my eyebrows. And this just kind of helps like my eyebrows be ready and like not have any like, just be easier to glide on and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take my same brush and I'm going to dip into this kind of like yellowish shade, and I'm going to use that to set my eyebrows, to set that primer. So just set it with the powder, and now this is what my eyebrows look like. They're a little bit white. Next, I am going to take my Colourpop brow pomade in black and brown, and I'm just going to use this to outline my brows and fill them in. Okay, since this is more of an eyeshadow tutorial, I already went ahead and completed my brows. So what I did was I took the pomade, I outlined them, and then I filled my brow in with the pomade. After that, I set my eyebrows with these brow powder. So I used this light brown to set the front of my brows, and then this darker brown to set the back of my brows. And then after that, I used the clear brow gel that came with this to set my hairs in place. Obviously it's not clear anymore because I've used it, but yeah, that is how I did my brows. And then I concealed them with my Maybelline concealer. So if you want to see a brow tutorial, just let me know and I will do it for you. But since we were going to do eyeshadow, I decided to focus on eyeshadow. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes with this Amuse eyeshadow primer in the shade Blank Canvas. I got this on shopmissday.com for $1 and it works great. To be honest, when I was looking at the reviews, people said that it reminded them a lot of the MAC Paint Pot, but that this was the cheaper version. So I like it. I use it once in a while to prime my eyes, but yes. Okay, so now that I have my eyes all primed, I am going to be using my Profusion Temptress Palette, and I'm going to go to work today, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go with a more neutral look, but I wanted to use this palette since I haven't used it in a while. There are just a few shades that I've swatched and just a few times that I've used this, so I will be using that palette today. So I will be taking this Profusion brush that came into the palette. It has two sides. It has more of a fluffy brush and then more of like a flat brush. So I'm going to be taking this fluffy side and I'm going to go into the palette and take the shade Courage to kind of use that as my transition shade. Okay, next I'm going to take my Morphe Fluffy brush. To be honest, I don't know which one it is because it doesn't have a number. But I'm going to go into the palette and take this shade Ember. It's kind of like a brownish, orangish kind of color. And I'm just going to use that to start putting it closer to my crease. Next, I'm going to take another one of my Morphe brushes. It's still on the fluffy side, but also a little bit more flat. And I'm going to go in the palette and take this shade called Champ. So it's like a dark brown, and I'm just going to put that onto my brush and put that onto to deepen up my crease. So like this, the Temptress palette, it was from their winter collection, I believe. It was like $10, and you get 21 shades for $10, and they are all really, really good shades. So you can find Profusion online at profusioncosmetics.com, I think. You can also find it at Walmart or at Target, and so I would 10 out of 10 recommend Profusion. Next, I'm going to be taking my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 06 and my AOA Studio F18 concealer brush and to cut my crease. So, in regards to cutting your crease, I also takes a lot of practice. My first cut crease looked like trash. I wish I had a picture of it. But it is embedded into my memory because it looked so bad. And yeah, it was just terrible. So the trick with cutting your crease is to make sure you have a lot of product on your brush to make sure you outline what you want to do. And also, once you have that perfect outline that you like, you take that product and tap it instead of wipe it. Otherwise, you're just gonna wipe the concealer away, and then the eyeshadow that you're gonna put on there is not going to stick. So that's what I do. And if you need more product, it's fine. And then this concealer is really good too. For very inexpensive. I will also leave a link down below for this because I have 3 of these concealers. I have this one that I mainly use for when I cut my crease, and it's not white. Actually, I have 4 now that I realize them. That is not white because I also do have a white one when I really want to play with colors. I use that. And I also have 2 that kind of match my shades. So I'll use one. I think one is in medium 20 and the other one is in light 12. So light 12 I use when I use my Fenty foundation, and medium 20 I will use when I use my Maybelline foundation and any other foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease for my other eye off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have done my other eye, and now I'm going to take my Profusion brush and go onto the flat end, and I'm going to go into the palette and get the shade Glory, so which is this gold shade. It's super pretty. So I'm going to go into that and put it on the outer part of my lid. Look how awesome that looks, and this is with no setting spray. But look how intense this already is. Yes, Profusion, yes, I forgot how amazing your palettes were for a split second, but they are absolutely beautiful. Oof, look. I just can't, la mera verdad que no puedo. Again, if you see Profusion, you should definitely buy it if you're on a budget. Okay, now I'm going to take the other end of that brush, the clean side, and I'm going to go into the palette again, and I'm going to take the shade Conquest, so it's kind of like a light pink, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner of my eyelid. Look how wonderful that looks. I just can't. Love it! Wow, that looks so good. Look at my eyes. Yes, I'm living for this. Okay. I'm going to take that small fluffy brush / kind of flat brush again, And I'm going to dip into that same brown shade, the Champ shade, and blend it with that Glory shade right at the end. There's still some gold there, but I'm going to be cleaning that up, so I don't really mind. Okay, next I'm going to take a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to clean up my eyeshadow. So I like having kind of like that crisp line. It's not as crisp as I want because I didn't use shape today. But sometimes when I really want it to be very defined, I'll use like tape. That way it can be like perfect line, which is right now. It's like not a perfect line, it's like a line, but it's like still looks good. So yeah, so I just use these Equate makeup remover cleansing towelettes that I got at Walmart. It was like 2 packs for like $5.49, so it's a good deal. To be honest, they're like not that bad because like I got these other ones before that my girl Leslie recommended, so she's awesome. And she was like, and I like Snapchatted her and I was like, these are like, did they change the design or something, because these are not the towels that I had last time. She's like, girl, they like changed the design and these are the ones that I got. And I was like, oh well, maybe my Walmart just didn't have them. So but I guess they're not too bad. You know, like I'm trying them out and I have to finish both packs before I go and buy the other ones. So so far like they're fine, but I still like my other one, like the other one's a lot better that I got. So I'll just like wear makeup every day so I can use the wipes every day, and then hopefully just get rid of all the wipes that I have. Or maybe I'll just give one to my mom. I don't know. We'll see. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyeliner. So I was going to do my liquid liner like I normally do, but today I was kind of feeling kind of like, let's do something different. And I went and got my Palladio Liner Obsessed Waterproof Gel Liner that's black. I got this at Sally's Michaels. My sorority sister Shayla recommended this to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I haven't used this in a while. I've used it on my mom, but I just love liquid liner. So today I decided to do something different and, you know, be different today and just like use my gel liner just because I haven't used gel liner in a while. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe M250-0 eyeliner. So it is this cute little brush, and it is super thin. It's a really thin brush, and like a thin brush like this is perfect for eyeliner. Like it's perfect. I have 2 other ones, but this one's and the other one's a little bit thinner too. I don't know, I'm not sure, but they're both really thin. And I think that's what really gets you to do a really good liner, because if you have like a thick brush, it's not really gonna work. So we're just gonna go ahead and dip my brush into the eyeliner. And this is where I actually use the technique that most people use. Usually when I do liquid liner, I start from the middle and kind of flick it. Whereas for this, I start from the bottom and then so I go up and then I go down. So that's what I use when that's what I do when I use gel liner. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. So there's that. You see, I didn't really use a lot of product right now just because I wanted to have like a kind of like a guide before I like actually put a lot of like gel liner. And I love this brush so much too. Like, oh, you need to get it if you love gel liner. To be honest, I don't even remember how much I got it for, but I will leave it linked down below for you to see if you want to buy this liner. This eyeliner pencil, because I got an eyeliner pencil once from like, I don't even remember where I got it from. I know it was drugstore though, but I ended up throwing it away because it wasn't even like small to help with like the position of my wing. So that is what it looks like. Oh yes, look how beautiful it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye off of camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have completed my other eye. The next thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be putting on mascara today. So I'll be using my It Cosmetics superhero mascara. I got this as a gift, so I actually really like it. I got this as a gift from my little, so shout out to my little for getting me this. I love this. It makes my eyelashes look huge. While my eyelashes kind of dry and I wait for me to curl them, that's usually the last step I do in my makeup process, I'm going to get started onto my face. So for my face primer, I am going to use my e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer. So this is the more of the bigger side because there's another one that costs like around $5 and this, or $6, and this one costs like $10. So I just got the big one because I use this all the time. Like I've already finished like one of them. So this is a really good primer. So when I have like blemishes and acne, especially like right now because I was kind of breaking out. So I'm just going to use this to really help that acne spot. And so basically, if you are new to makeup and don't know what a primer is, a primer just kind of helps your skin prep for when you apply makeup. So like your foundation, if you're going to use BB cream, CC cream, whichever. So I'm going to put it on my face like I am right now. Once I'm done putting it all over my face, I wait 1 to 2 minutes, so we're just going to do that right now. Okay, so 2 minutes have passed, and I have let my primer set and get really deep into my skin. So, I am going to take my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation, and this is in the shade 230. My girl Leslie helped me pick out my shade at Sephora when we went last year because I was like, I want to get this foundation, but I'm really bad at like shade matching. So she went with me and she helped me find my shade. So grateful for her. She is a 12 out of 10, a true queen. And I am going to do half of my face with my AOA Studio F23 brush. This is my foundation brush, and like I'm going to do half of my face with it. And then I'm going to take my AOA Studio kind of like sponge. So this is what it looks like. It's pink. Before I do that, I bought 2 of them, and these were only $1 from Shop Miss A. And this is what it looks like when it's dry. And look how big it got when I got it like wet. And you don't want your sponge wet, but I will go into it once I start using the sponge. So I'm going to take about a pump of this Fenty foundation, and I'm just getting the excess now. Like I didn't pump anything else, just to kind of put on the half of my face. So this side is done and this side is not done. So now I'm going to take the same amount of product that I did last time and I'm going to put it on my face. I really like this sponge. This is the first time I used this sponge, this specific sponge, because I've used their other sponge that's a little bit softer and it's like light pink. And it's really good, but I also like this one. This one is not too hard, and I really like this shape because I use this side to like blend, and then I'll use this side to like, you know, when I like use powders and stuff. So far I like this brush. I mean this sponge. Okay, look guys. Okay, so this side is with brush. This side is with the sponge. So you let me know, which side do you like better? Or what your preference is. Do you like using a brush more? Or do you like using a sponge? You tell me what your preference is. Because usually when I use this foundation, I like using my brush. And when I use other foundations, I use a sponge. So let me know in the comments what you like using. Because this is nice. Okay. Wow. Okay, like I mentioned, I'm kind of oily, so I'm going to be taking my AOA Studio Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder in Nude. I would show it to y'all, but it's kind of broken and I don't want the pieces to fall off. I'm pretty much just using it so I can just like use it and like finally throw it away because I have a backup anyways. But I'm going to use this to set my foundation in place. I'm not like really getting a lot of powder. I literally just kind of go in the thing and then I just kind of tap. I don't want to like wipe. I just kind of tap a little bit and then kind of like get some to spread it everywhere and like focus it on my nose, things like that. Next, I'm going to take my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 12. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques little brush. Not little brush, little sponge. I really like this sponge because I can really get into the corners. So now I am done blending my concealer. Next, I'm going to be taking my Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder in Banana. I freaking love this powder. Like, it is almost gone. Like, seriously, like, I have to take this little thing off because there's so little powder that, like, not a lot of it comes out on this little thing anymore. So I have to take off the whole thing so I can get to the powder. And then I'm going to take my little Real Techniques sponge and I'm going to just dip in there and look up and just bake under my eyes so I can set this concealer. Then I'm going to go to the other side and it has kind of like a little chisel here thingy. And I'm going to dip that into my powder and I'm going to put that on my nose. Yes, we love powder. So while all this powder bakes under my eyes, on my nose, all that stuff, I'm going to start contouring. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette. So it has like this brown shade, then this white shade that you can also use for under your eyes, but it's not loose powder like my other powder, but this is just kind of like powder in general. And like you can see, I use this a lot. Like I've already hit pat on both sides. So I'm going to contour my face now, and I'm going to be taking my F22 from AOA Studio. This is like an angled contouring brush, and I'm going to dip it into that brown shade. I forgot to mention that this is in Dulce de Leche. So there's like another type, but I just don't remember what the name is. And I'm going to just kind of contour my cheeks, and I really like this. I've never used cream contour because I'm like kind of scared, but I really like this. So I'm just gonna do it on my cheeks, and I'm gonna do it up around here just to warm up my face a little bit. I look a lot better now. Like, there is more dimension in mi cara. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna take my sponge, and I'm gonna take this side, and I'm going to go into the palette on this like color, this other side, and like look, there's like a ton on my sponge, and I'm just going to clean up my contour. While I leave this powder on, I'm going to take my big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to wipe the excess powder away from. And then I am going to put on blush while this is still doing its thing. So I'm going to take my AOA Studio F24 blush brush. So it's just like this little circle thing, kind of fluffy, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. blush palette. I think this is from skin tones light to medium. So I got this because I'm kind of like medium tone. And I'm probably going to take this like tan neutral shade. So now I'm going to take that big fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to wipe the excess powder away from my cheek where I cleaned up my contour. And now we are looking more snatched. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go in with my AOA Studio E134. So it's this really fine pencil brush, and I'm going to go back into my Temptress Palette, and I'm going to take this shade called Charm. It's kind of like a shimmer shade, but it's like really light, and I'm gonna just use that for my inner corner highlight. And I'm actually gonna use that same shade to highlight under my brow bone. Okay, so we are almost done with this full face look. Okay, so the last step is basically highlight and lips. So when I do highlight, I like to spray my face first and then do the highlight so it's like wet, and then it'll even look more shebang. Yeah, like it'll just like wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I'm going to spray my face. I'm going to set all my makeup, and I'm going to be using the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. Yes. Okay, and while my face is still wet, I'm going to be taking my AOA Studio F19 highlighting brush, and I'm going to take my City Colors Collection Shimmer Highlight Palette. I'm going to highlight here on my cheeks. Okay, so I have put on my wonderful glasses so I can see and don't have to be blind. And I'm going to take my little jet, little like ball thingy, and I'm just going to rub that all over my lips. Let's see, I'm going to go with trend. So it's kind of like, it's kind of nude. It has a little bit of pink tone. It's more on the cool end of like lipsticks, because these are from like my AOA Studio like cool set, and I have like the warm set as well. So I'm just gonna take this and highlight eyelids. Well, that is the completed look using the Profusion Temptress Palette. Again, only $10. You can find it online, you can find it at Walmart, or you can find it at Target. So this is the completed look. I'm gonna take off my glasses just so you can like see. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. I'm going to be uploading really great content, and for today's video shout out, I'm going to give a shout out to Eats. So thank you, Eats, for commenting on my videos and being one of my #1 supporters here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. You are amazing, and I love you so much, and I just have loved getting to know you over the past few years. So if you want to be next videos shout out, don't forget to comment on this video below, and then like I said, everything that I've used, I'm going to link it down below as well. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at ChismositaAmy for all the latest chisme, because I always got tea, always, all the time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have like a wonderful day.